It was a normal Tuesday evening, 7:30 p.m., to be exact. The kind of night where you look forward to unwinding after a long, exhausting day. I had just finished installing solar panels on a building downtown, and let me tell you, it wasn't just hard work, it was brutal. My back felt like it was about to snap in half, my clothes were drenched in sweat, and all I wanted was a hot shower to wash the day away. Now, anyone who's been through a grind like that knows exactly what I'm talking about. The thought of that hot water pouring over me, the eucalyptus body wash that smelled so damn good, it was my escape, my moment of peace. My wife, Kesha, she wouldn't be home for another hour. She works long shifts as a nurse, so I knew I had some time to myself. I was already halfway through shampooing my hair when I heard it creak of the front door. Kesha wasn't due until after 9 o'clock, and she always lets me know when she comes in, so this caught me off guard. And it wasn't just the door creaking. It was those heavy footsteps, deliberate, like someone was walking through my house, almost like they were conducting some kind of inspection. I froze for a second, trying to shake off the weird feeling. The steam from the shower was fogging up the glass, but there was no way I could have been mistaken. I heard the footsteps grow louder, closer. My heart started to race a bit. Was it Kesha? No, this wasn't the way she moved. Then bam, the bathroom door burst open. Excuse me, what do you think you're doing? I nearly slipped right off the tile floor. Who the hell was this? Through the frosted glass, I could see her, this woman with bleached blonde hair, pulled back in a severe ponytail, wearing a purple velour tracksuit that looked like it cost more than my car payment. She stood there, hands on her hips, tapping her foot, like she'd caught me robbing a bank. I tried to stay calm, holding on to whatever shred of dignity I had left. I was naked, and this woman had just busted in on me while I was showering. Ma'am, I'm taking a shower. I was doing my best to sound polite, but I could feel my voice start to shake. How had she gotten in? My house was locked. How the hell was this happening? Don't you dare take that tone with me, young man. What the hell was going on? I quickly rinsed the shampoo out of my hair, grabbed the towel, and wrapped it around my waist. I stepped out of the shower, trying to cover myself as best as I could. But this woman, Beverly Whitman, I'd later learned, didn't even have the decency to look away. She stood there, still pointing at me like I was some kind of criminal. I asked her who she was, and she just announced herself like it was no big deal. I'm Beverly Whitman, HOA Compliance Officer for Pinehurst Heights. I have a master key for emergencies. Emergency? Was this an emergency? Was showering an emergency now? I tried to hold myself together, trying to understand what the hell was happening. What emergency? Showering, she shrieked, holding up a laminated copy of what looked like the HOA bylaws, waving it around like it was some kind of weapon. Section 4.2.7 Excessive water usage and noise between 7 p.m. and 8 a.m. is strictly prohibited. I stared at her, trying not to lose my mind. It's 7:30 p.m., and I'm taking a shower, not hosting a rock concert. She didn't care. The sound of running water was apparently disturbing the peace of the neighborhood, and she had received multiple complaints about my bathing habits. My bathing habits? Yeah, that's right. She'd been talking to neighbors, sniffing around, and somehow, my showering had become a neighborhood issue. I couldn't wrap my head around it. She started getting all riled up, waving her papers around again, and that's when I heard a line that hit me in the gut. I know what you people are up to. All this excessive cleaning. You people? I could feel my jaw clench. I asked her what she meant by that, but she quickly backpedaled, like she realized she'd said something wrong. New residents, she said, people who don't understand our community standards. Community standards? Was she really telling me I couldn't shower in my own damn house? I couldn't believe it. I crossed my arms, trying to keep it together. That's interesting. Do you inspect everyone's bathing schedule, or am I the special one here? Her face went from red to purple, matching her ridiculous tracksuit. She was pissed now, and that was when she really lost it, saying I was disrespecting the rules of the neighborhood. A neighborhood I'd paid for. A neighborhood I was proud to live in. But to her, I wasn't even allowed to take a shower without permission. I had had enough. Mrs. Whitman, I'm going to need you to leave my house right now. You have no right to be here. But she didn't leave. She just kept shouting about her authority. She claimed she had the right to be there because she was the HOA compliance officer. I had every right to kick her out of my house, but she was already on the phone, dialing 911, making it clear she was about to make this a whole lot worse. She had the audacity to call the cops on me. for showering. And just like that, we were in a nightmare I couldn't have predicted. 20 minutes later, the cops arrived. Officer Bradley, the white guy with the I-peaked in high school football mustache, and Officer Morgan, the sharp Latina officer who seemed to know what was up. They walked in, and Beverly immediately rushed toward them like they were her personal saviors, acting like I was some kind of criminal. I was so done. I explained everything to the officers: how she broke into my house, how I was just showering, and how she had no right to be there. They seemed confused, honestly, until I told them about the HOA noise ordinance. At this point, it was obvious even to them how ridiculous this whole situation was. But Beverly wasn't backing down. She was screaming, calling me aggressive, accusing me of everything short of murder. And that's when it hit me. She wasn't just upset about noise. She had a problem with me, and it had nothing to do with rules. It was all about race. She wasn't just complaining about noise. She was complaining about me. And she wasn't even trying to hide it anymore. Later, at the HOA board meeting, it was clear the community wasn't backing her up. She had crossed a line. The board was forced to confront what she had done. She tried to explain herself, but it didn't take long for everyone to realize just how much of a mess she had created. And then it all unraveled for her. She tried to have a press conference, telling her side of the story, but her own evidence ridiculous as it wastingly made her look crazier. She brought hand-drawn charts, social media screenshots, and even tried to claim I was involved in some kind of conspiracy against her. The room went silent. The reporters, the neighbors, the police, everyone saw through her. And then, in the most cinematic moment of all, Officer Morgan walked up to her, placing handcuffs on her. "Beverly Whitman, you're under arrest for trespassing, harassment, and filing false police reports." The room exploded in applause. For once, the truth had prevailed. It wasn't over yet, though. The fallout from the press conference went viral. And that's when Beverly became the villain the internet couldn't get enough of. The media circus that followed made us national news. People from across the country were sharing their stories about HOA overreach. The hashtag Showergate was everywhere. A few months later, Beverly was sentenced. Jail time, community service, a restraining order. The neighborhood changed for the better. It became a more inclusive place. People started looking out for one another. The HOA even made new policies to ensure no one had to deal with the kind of invasive crap Beverly had put us through. But the best part? Kesha and I, we ended up with a mortgage-free home, a new outlook on life, and a stronger sense of community than we'd ever had before. And as for Beverly, well, she was still out there somewhere, still trying to enforce her own brand of crazy, still fighting a losing battle with her laminated papers. But I didn't care. For once, the good guys won, and I could take as long a shower as I wanted, without anyone judging me for it. Now, I want to know what you think. Is it right for someone to try to control your life based on their own outdated rules? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let's talk about what happened here, what went wrong, and what justice really looks like. This one's for all the people who ever felt like they couldn't just live their life without someone stepping in. Let's keep this conversation going.